Today, I want to talk about anxiety, especially what you can do in the middle of it. This is important because whether your goal is for better health, more vitality, clearer skin, or just more joy, in the process of getting there, there will be uncertainties, challenges, and even overwhelm. The ability to be with yourself when fear, anxiety comes up, it's such an important skill to learn and to even master because it will help to prevent burnout, reduce analysis paralysis, and build the muscle for self respect, self trust, and self love. To demonstrate this, I want to share with you a recording of an Instagram live I did 7 months ago. I was sharing an exercise with the audience when our to do list feels overwhelming. Now, I did not plan this, but in the middle of the exercise, my anxiety actually bubbled up. And it was so uncomfortable being in that situation. Looking back at the video, I could feel my inner critic, my voices in the background telling me, what am I even doing? It's like, you're rubbish, this is not good enough, you need to cut the Instagram live short. But because it was live, I couldn't do any of that. And as the saying goes, the show must go on. So I, I managed to get through the live alive. That's so weird. And I didn't plan to post that Instagram video, but I'm really glad for saving the recording because I can actually watch myself move my anxiety through me in real time. My anxiety still comes up, and depending on the pace of my day, how much sleep I've got, or whether I've eaten enough, I can feel her more in the forefront and how I take care of her depends on the energy capacity that I have. There's this book that is a big book. There's this thing called The Language of Emotions by Karen McLaren. She says the anxiety is not a negative emotion that you feel we need to get rid of immediately. There's actually a lot of wisdom in it that we need to learn how to listen to. So anxiety, she says, is the emotion of the future. I wrote this down. Don't memorize this. It arises when our attention is being pulled forward towards something that hasn't happened yet, or feels uncertain, unprepared for, or unsafe. It is an early warning system that something needs anticipation, preparation, or insight. So McLaren suggests that anxiety is a future-orientating ally. Instead of seeing anxiety as an enemy, she reframes it as a scout that runs ahead of you and says, look, something is coming. Let's be ready. So with that, I share my recording next, and I will see you in the next video. Remember, you got this, and it's not about being lost in the anxiety, but just listening to wisdom and say that, how can I be more ready? I'll see you soon.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's slowdown session. It's Monday, 3rd of February. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is more of a reminder for myself to slow down than it is to a gift to you guys for this month of Valentine's Day. And over the weekend has been really busy with Chinese New Year celebration and with family, with friends, and I left my AirPods with my in-laws, and my tripod broke. So there's a lot of things that like is in a mess. And I always find that when you got the busy weekend, and then you have to get the week running again on the Monday, it just feels quite overwhelming. And I don't know about you, but when I'm stressed, I'm like I tend to distract myself. So I'll start tidying stuff. I'll start like doing things that just distract me to doing to my actual work, because I've got some projects that I want to run. So hopefully you hear me. This is live. I'm not planning to upload a replay or anything, but I'm planning to do this every day at different times. I will post it on Instagram stories. Hopefully, yeah, it's kind of like for myself, really, So today I wanted to. So each day I'm gonna do different things to slow down, to reconnect, put the focus back on you. So if you ever find that your life is running ahead of you, or you just need a time to just reset, come join me. I've got my warm water. I haven't figured out background music yet, so that one I'll figure out one day. You can put some background music if you like. I've got music in one of my ears, and I'm journaling this morning. I'm journaling because every morning I just feel like if my head is just too much, I just need to like dump it on paper so that I don't feel overwhelmed. So if you'd like to join me to journal, you're welcome to. I can just take a piece of paper. If you're at work and you're wondering and you can't really journal, then probably just jot down a few things, what you need to do, what you need to do, what you want to do, all the things that you said you were going to do, but you haven't done yet, really. Okay, so what am I doing this week? Actually, let's do today. And I find that sometimes thinking about the list as well, you're just like, it's a lot to do. So don't be worried to like just take deep breaths, like almost like, just deep breaths in and really like expel out like forcefully, just to like get the heaviness out of you, really. Heaviness out of you. Now, I'm doing it at home. There's no one around. I dropped my son at school, so it's fine. But if you're in an office or in a cafe or on your own, so I always like go to the toilet, you can do it. Or just like almost like, try it with me. Like, I always find I always feel better when I do that breathing. So let's start with today's journal, okay, or today's check-in, today's slow down. I haven't done mine this morning yet, so might as well do it together. So we can write down, can ask you, what happened over the weekend. Was it good? Was it bad? Anything that really irritated you? Just write it all down. So for me, I had a relatively good weekend with family and friends. I slept late on Saturday because we were out with my in-laws house. It takes us about 2 hours to get back. So I slept at 2 o'clock in the morning. So it throws me off when I don't sleep on time, and my lack of sleep just builds up. And when I don't sleep well, then my skin gets spotty, and then I get irritated because my skin gets spotty, and I know why it gets spotty. And then the next day I'll start eating more desserts because I'm tired. So it's kind of like that vicious cycle. So I'll write all that down, so you can just write all the things down, really, like what worked really well over the weekend and what irritated you and what you wish you did differently. So let's just spend a few minutes writing that down. You don't have to write long paragraphs, and you just dot a few dots as well. Or a few bullet points. And next, once you have that, I always write down, I know, I see you, I understand. Because I find that sometimes we don't actually need solutions. We just want to be heard and just acknowledge. And sometimes people don't acknowledge us. And we can try to find people to or seek acknowledgement or validation outside, but it doesn't always happen. So you have to depend on yourself to do that for yourself. So after I write all the things that, the good things that happen over the weekend things that happen, whether that's good or bad, and things I'm grateful for, and things I'm really proud of. I mean, I'm proud of being present with my friends, old and new. I'm proud of going to the gym after meeting my friends. I'm proud of myself doing this, even though it's very uncomfortable. But I want to practice coming online and just guiding people through exercises. And yeah, I know it will get better. So bit by bit. So once we've done the things that you're worried about, and then you write down, I know, I see you, I understand, we'll figure things out, it's going to be okay. Then I'm going to write down all the things I need to do today. Or let's do it this week. Let's do the things this week I need to do. Got my calendar here, and oh God. So I need to put down things that you need to, all your urgent things first, things that you need to your work related things, family related things that only you can do it, urgent things, and then after that you can do non-urgent things. Oh my God, I know list is horrible. Okay, I'm not gonna do lists because I think it's one of those days I feel like this is going to be overwhelming, really. Okay, so I really need to ground myself. Okay, so I'm going to ground myself now because I think it's so easy after a busy weekend. You just feel that you're going to take on that rush from the weekend and follow on to the week, and it's anxious energy, and it's fine. You can definitely get it done. And probably majority of my life, I pushed through and push, but I just burnt out. I burnt out twice. And I know there is a different way of doing things, achieving things. And I know when I slow down, I make better decisions. I'm able to enjoy the journey a bit better. And I do my best work. Really, I do my best work. So I want to ground myself now, and you're welcome to join me if you feel like it's all a tizzy, everything's on your head. We need to get things in our body, feel in our body, make our body feel safe. Because I find that if our body doesn't feel safe, then our mind is just trying to fix things, and our mind doesn't always know everything because there's different wisdom in our bodies. So we need to ground ourselves. So I'm going to take my glasses off because it's going to give me a headache. All right, so I want you to just put your hands all around. If you're on your own, I always like scrunching your face. Like, you always feel like tension and then release. So much scrunching your face. And then release. And then release. Okay. If you're in a cafe or at work, just put your head down, basically, and just push your forehead downwards. Basically, that also helps. And each time you scrunch, you take a deep breath in. And then when you release, and then now, if you have makeup on, you can put it on in your hair. Okay, you can do it with me, like scrunch, release. And release. Let's do it one more time. And you can do a few neck rolls. And the other way. If you have neck pain, probably sleeping the wrong side, okay, just raise your shoulders up. Breathe in and out. And breathe in and out. I also find that when I'm breathing in, I scrunch my fist that way. So scrunch. You put your hands down underneath the table. People don't wonder, it's like, what are you doing? Okay, just breathe in. And out. And again, breathe in. And out. And with your hand, your palm, put it on your belly or your heart. And just very gently, just do mini circles around them. And you can say it out loud or in your head. I'm safe. You're safe. You're here. I'm here. I know you're scared. We're going to figure things out. Or I'm going to figure things out. So whatever it makes sense to you. Because I can say those words and affirmations, but if it doesn't feel right in your body, then change how you say it. So sometimes I don't know all the answers. And so I will just say, we're going to figure things out. We're going to figure things out. And it's okay if emotions come up, because sometimes you do. Just keep your hand in your heart and your belly if you feel comfortable, or both hands in your heart, whichever you feel comfortable with. Take nice deep breaths. Don't push those emotions down. And just say to yourself, I see you. I know it's scary. I know there's a lot to do. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And just take as many deep breaths as you can, as you feel comfortable with. Just to move the emotions. So emotions that come up, it's just coming up to let you feel. It means you're human. Okay. I know you guys are writing, but I can't see shit without my glasses. So I'll put it on afterwards, see what you guys are writing. I think when emotions come up, and sometimes we feel scary. It feels scary, especially big emotions. And I found that the more we feel safe in our big emotions, easier is it to feel comfortable with it, and the easier it is to let it release from us. Because the more we stuff it down, it's not going to go anywhere. It's going to come out somewhere. Basically, maybe come out in an outburst, or in, what's the word called? Yeah, usually an outburst. Mine comes out in outburst. Rage. I come out in rage. or munching on food. Or being stuck on Netflix, really. Oh my God. I didn't expect to cry this morning. Oh, not tears. Okay. Anyway. All right. So whatever comes up, I welcome it in the space. Welcome it, and I welcome you. And once you feel that big emotions is released a little bit, you might find your hands tingling a little bit. So I'm going to put my glasses on so I can see. Oh. And then what I want you to do is just sweep the heavy energy off you, basically. Okay. So once you circle in there, and then you can sweep it down your belly, and just sweep it down your thighs and off your knees. Almost like you're sweeping it off. So I see you. Thank you for showing up. And I release you this morning. Showing up. And if you're on your own, you can also sweep. And one of my therapists taught me before, sweep from opposite of your shoulder and sweep all the way down on the other side. And sweep from here all the way down the other side. And sweep across your arms. Sweep. And you're sweeping all the heavy energy off. Getting ready for the day. Okay. So this is quite good outturns. So whenever you feel this is too much, ground yourself first. Release all the heavy energy. And then you can work on your list. And you feel a lot better. Thank you so much for joining me on this today's slowdown session. I'll figure out music for the next time. I think music would be quite nice. I have music on here, but I think it would be quite nice to do it with music. I hope you have a wonderful day ahead, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Good morning, everyone.